as a
Lady,
mother-in-law, as a grandmother. It's you expect her to take some medicine. Should know that that goes into breast milk. Just the whole preeclampsia is dangerous enough, and lady, please look up what postpartum means.
mm-mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
People,
The first
somebody
word is post.
Mm-hmm.
who
Not that hard.
we
Not that hard.
they should change their number. They should really change their. This lady is a piece of something. I mean, lady, first she's playing doctor. Like, did she go to? Did she? Is she a medical trained doctor? I must have missed that part. She's never apparently heard of Uber. Well, no, I don't like pop ups. I don't like people popping up at my house. Please call first. That's trifling. She doesn't want. Look, she's going through right now. She has mental and physical issues. Stop questioning her. This isn't, what's that game show where they ask you 80,000 questions to try to figure guess who or guess what? This ain't it. Asking her what's wrong, she's in the hospital. Just because, oh my gosh. Oh, you haven't got to the worst part. I forgot that part.
Yeah. This is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ain't finna go down that road again talking about train wrecks because then we'll go on to airplanes and then we'll be here all night.
We mix our metaphors all the time.
Yeah, we'll tear a metaphor up. Yeah, you gonna hear the whole
Mm-hmm.
the whole story. You got anything, Theus? Okay, let's go ahead and get into the second part, then.
I'm going to read this long reply that one of the commenters make because it's necessary to understand OP's response to it. Lady, if you don't pull your head out of your own butt, you're not going to be part of their lives at all. You're not owed nearly any of what you seem to think you are. When it comes to their baby, they don't owe you anything. 1. Your son had 2 priorities when his wife was in labor. His wife and their baby, not you. He didn't have time to come pick you up or talk to you on the phone. Have you ever heard of a taxi? 2. She shouldn't have had to take a pain pill just so they can stop by and see you on their way home. How incredibly selfish of you. They did the right thing and went straight home. 3. Are you seriously questioning a doctor's diagnosis? Do you really think it's appropriate to ask her if it's physical or mental? Are you mental? 4. You're lucky that anyone called you back at all. They're tired and are learning how to care for their newborn. And that's after your daughter-in-law had a complicated labor and delivery and complications after birth. No one has the emotional bandwidth to deal with your entitlement. 5. You inconvenienced your son and had him pick you up and drive you home. Again, taxi, Uber, Lyft are better options. Then you're complaining that his wife, who's exhausted and is still healing, was inhospitable. I'm guessing she was saying plenty to you in her head, but was too polite to actually verbalize it. 6. Do they even want you to babysit their baby? Did they actually ask this of you, or did you just decree that this was happening? 7. You do not post baby news on Facebook without the parents' permission. You were rude and overstepped. 8. If you want to send them a text, send them a sincere apology for being a pushy, entitled pain in the butt and promise you'll behave better in the future. I'm a grandparent and I do deserve to be in my grandchildren's lives. I also deserve not to have my eldest granddaughter turned against me. Saying they owe me nothing is incorrect, and the courts would agree with that. I love them both, so I don't want it to have to come to that, but I am owed that. Owed is in all caps. I am owed that. 1. If he would have came the first night before she was in real labor, then he wouldn't have needed to talk to me. We don't have taxis, and the Uber would have been well past my budget. 2. She refused to take any of the painkillers once discharged, period. That was selfish of her. And I had food for them too, so my son wouldn't have had to cook. It wasn't just for me to see the baby. 3. No, I was questioning if my son had the right information. He relayed wrong things before. 4. I understand that from her perspective after reading some of the comments. However, in my family, it's just common to call back regardless, especially after having a baby. I see it's a cultural difference. 5. I can't Uber to where they live, otherwise I'd be there every day. If that was an option, I would have definitely jumped on it instead of having him pick me up, but Uber isn't in this tiny town. 6. I told my son that I would babysit after I heard B tell my daughter about her struggle to find a reputable daycare without a year-long wait, and how she was scared for the safety of her baby. They won't have to worry if I watch her. 7. My son only said not to post pictures. I didn't realize announcing that I was a grandma again would be a big deal. I deleted the post. 8. I told my son that I was sorry for hurting her feelings when he told me. I've always apologized to him when he's told me that I've done something wrong in her eyes, whether I think that I was wrong or not. I don't want to hurt her feelings ever. I want her to know that she doesn't have to run to my son though. She can come to me. And I want a chance to explain myself to her. Then, 2 weeks later, OP posted an update to r/legal advice. I'm seeking advice on getting grandparent rights in Indiana. My son has 2 daughters with 2 different women. The oldest is 10 and he and her mother were never married. The youngest is almost 2 months old and he and her mother are married. I was under the impression that any grandparent could petition for custody/visitation in the US. But the way that I'm reading it, I can't unless my son is incarcerated or they aren't married. Is this correct? What do I need to do to seek joint custody of my granddaughters? Yo, what the actual F? She's not seeking visitation, she's seeking custody? What do I need to build a solid case? I've already tried resolving this without going this drastic, but his wife doesn't want to work with me.
Uh-uh.
Oh, child.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna
What?
sneak. I'm listening to the
Tracy,
story
I'm
like,
so sorry you have to share a state with these people. With
I don't
this
know
woman, I
what.
should say.
Oh my gosh.
lady, your apologies is hollow AF. It is really
Yeah.
hollow. Like you have got it packed that you can apologize, but actually not feeling bad about what you have said or done. So no, nobody's taking you. Everybody's taking your apology with a grain of salt. You can apologize and then turn around and do the exact same thing, and apologize and do the exact same thing, and it'll go on and on and on. You don't care about hurting somebody's feelings. You don't care about being nosy. You don't feel sorry about being picky. You don't feel sorry about being entitled. You don't feel sorry about um, stepping over 50 boundaries a day. You don't care. Anybody that's really sincere will figure out what their mistake is and won't do it again, or at least do their best not to do it again. Not, I apologize, but I'm going to keep going. I gotta be me type deal. So
I
whatever.
don't know. I
Like,
know a lot of people that do that.